Now we have come on to the phase of our training where the basics really doesn't matter much because you already know how the basics works. So it's all about introducing the different type of classes, different working, different examples, and whatever most I can present. So one of them is an audio player. And really, it's as simplest thing that you can do in the app, and you will realize that the table views and all of that were really tough to implement. But this audio player is really simple. And I'll be just creating a single view application, and I will be calling it as simply audio test, and that will work fine. Next, and we'll save it in iOS 9 exercise file, create, and that's it. That's what you are worried about right now. And if I click on the main storyboard, and it will load up eventually. In the meantime, what I would like to show you here is this iOS 9 exercise file. Let me bring it here, and we can see that this iOS 9 exercise file are having two MP3s, the apple.mp3 and google.mp3. Now what I have done, I went to the Apple wiki page and Google wiki page, read out a couple of lines in a really boring way, and just have exported them as an MP3 because sometimes it's tough to get the MP3 files for testing. So I have done this. Now what I'll be doing is in most of my apps, what I like to do is I like to create a new group for having my audio files or sounds, whatever I like to have. So in this sounds, where did my file went again? Here it is. And I would select this guy and stop. I don't want to hear myself. And selecting all of this, drag and drop to the sound. And here we get. And copy the item if needed and finish. Okay, so really I did a mistake. I need to select them again. And it's actually loading up the file. I should have dropped them inside the sound. But nothing to be worried, we can do that now if it allows me to do and stop this icon being rolling up. Okay, so how to do that? Let's try to have that. Now it's nothing much fancy when we want to have that. Okay, so it appeared eventually, and I would like to drag and drop it to the sound, drag and drop to the sound so that we can see, yes, it hides and it's loaded up there. Now, it doesn't really matter where you place them because the giving of the path of this file is simply straightforward in the apples. Okay, moving on to the main storyboard first of all, and closing this guy, bringing down to the view controller, and let's infer it to iPhone 4.7 inch. And you can also change the view as well. I really like this one, and you might have noticed this so far. I'm quite a fan of changing this view color. Let's have it a little bit like this. Okay, good. And now we can have a button. And we will trigger every event based on the button. And if I place it just around somewhere here, it will work. Okay. Of course, you could have placed it at just the center as well, just like somewhere here. I would like to go just here. And I would call it as play music. Really, my typing is really the awesome. I should get an award for that. Okay, so play music will be triggering all the events, and we can have this guy, get rid of this and this. Now I can just link it up, and just pressing my control key and linking it inside the class, it should be an action, and let's call it as play music. Really, I'm doing that. Okay, good. Nothing else we want. Get onto that, bring this guy, and move on to the view controller.zip. So we have designed our marvelously looking interface for the app design of this. Okay, what you need to do inside that, first of all, is you need to import the functionality of the audio video functionality. So this is called as AV Foundation. Okay, that's good. Let's save that. And once you're inside that, then you need to create a variable that should be an object of the class of AV Foundation or some of its subclass. So I'll just call this variable as simply play me. That would be great. And it should be inferred as first of all, because Swift will not be for sure about that. And it should be AV audio, and we are looking for, let me just type it, it's not out there, AV audio player. Yes, there it is. And it should be an object of AV audio player class. Okay, good. And now just we need to trigger the event on that. So you can try to just play it. Although playing and pausing of the things are really simple. It's just about simply you can say play me dot play and it is going to work. But this is not we want. We want to give the path and we want to select a file and based on do a lot of things. And of course, there is a chance of failure as well. And we need to implement a try catch and error handling and all of that because there are a lot of reasons like file not be founding out there or we may not be founding a file may be corrupt, the extension is not wrong and there are tons of things which can go wrong. So although this is the base thing, but what you want to do is to do a do try catch. So I would be applying a do and inside the do, I want to just check out if my path is there or not. So first of all, I need to create a path before that. So let's just call it as path. So I'll call it as path and this path should be really simple. So it goes like this: ns bundle dot main bundle, and regardless where you put for your file, it doesn't really matter whether you place it inside the main parent folder or an extremely created folder like sounds and all of that, it is going to work out for that. So it says, and we are looking for the path for resource, this one. And this is the guy we are looking for. And the name of the file, in this case, it is Google. I'm really not sure. It's all lowercase. Yes, we can make it case sensitive and all of that, but really that's a simple. And it should be of type MP3 in this case. Okay. Now, no need to be worried about we have to go or travel inside the folder and all of that. Apple is going to handle all of this for us. Okay, once inside the do we are, now it's prompting us that it was never used. It should be replaced with an underscore. I'm not going to do that right now. And once I'm inside the do try catch, I want to try my play me to play this as an AV audio player and we will pick up the contents from a URL. So what I'm looking for is the content URL and this one. So this is the guy I'm looking for and we need to give it a URL, but right now we just have a variable. We don't have URL. So we'll be creating a URL from the NS URL. And how we can do that? If I click up on that, we are looking for file with path this time. Okay, this is the one we are looking for. And since it is a string, now right now we don't need to give extreme path again. We can simply pass on our variable. And I think that's it. Okay, now once this file is being found, I want to play that. So I'll just cut that and place it inside. Okay, so play my file on that and we need to get up with the catch as well. So catch guy, here you are. And if there is a catch, we'll be printing an error to the log. And that can be done simply, really the nastiest and the baddest example you can have is just right here. That is something went wrong and I really hate this error. Something went wrong. As this gives no message to, in fact, the player or the programmer that what is happening and just likewise with that. And of course, we are forgetting one thing that there may be file and there may not be file. So I need to put an exclamation that yes, I'm force unwrapping the things that yes, definitely the file is going to be there. And of course, once we are able to play this single file, it's just a matter of a time that we'll be able to loop through with all of this and we can play continuously or we can play randomly. And that's a really simple stuff we'll be doing in the next movie. So save that, and I think I don't have a simulator running, so I need to edit the video. iPhone 6, and let's just wait for the editing of the movie. Okay, the file has been loaded, and we can see our nicest looking play button on the planet is play music. If I play that,
Google Incorporation is an American multinational technology. Google Incorporation is an American multinational.
I need to stop that because I have changed it. Okay. So this is how we play the audio. Really, the simplest way we can do that is really, this is how we do that. Now it's just a matter of time that how you fix up with a couple of buttons, do a few things with that, playing, or you can have other functions like there is a pause button as well. And you can have the pause as well, but nothing to worry. I'll teach you all of that. It is going to be a spoon feeding in that case. So let me get back onto the play. And this is the same file which we'll be editing in the next movie. So let's move ahead.